In this video, we're going to make a tofu scramble. This is going to be a different tofu scramble than we make in class, and this is going to be something that would be more similar to a scrambled eggs. So I have my block of firm tofu here that's been draining. I didn't press the liquid out of this block. We're just going to take it and crumble it directly into a pan that's on medium to high heat. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of water. You could use a little oil. I may add more water as we go. And then I'm just going to crumble it with my fingers directly into the pan. Tofu still has some of its own liquid too. There can be some bigger chunks because we will be mixing this together with the spices and everything that we're going to add. What we'll be using in this recipe is nutritional yeast, which gives things a nutty, cheesy flavor. And it's literally just dried yeast. We'll also be using a little soy sauce, some turmeric for coloring, salt and pepper. It's a pretty straightforward recipe. It's going to try to mimic scrambled eggs. Again, we're not trying to completely make it taste exactly like eggs, but this will be a good use. We will use a little bit of liquid sweetener in this. That helps for browning. If you want to avoid that, you can. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my water to this. That seems to be cooking pretty fast. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of agave, which is the liquid sweetener I'm going to use. I'm just going to drizzle that on the top. Then we'll add the rest of our ingredients. About a tablespoon and a half of nutritional yeast. You could use more or less based on your flavor preference. A quarter to a half teaspoon of turmeric. This is really for coloring, and you can adjust as needed to make it more or less yellow. Then about a teaspoon of some soy sauce. Low sodium is preferred. And this recipe calls for Indian black salt, a couple pinches. This salt has an umami flavor because it has some sulfur moieties in it, so it tastes a bit eggy. If you don't have that, don't worry. Just go for a little salt or avoid the salt completely. So we'll also do a little fresh ground pepper. I just wanted to start getting this mixed. You can see there's enough moisture in the tofu that the flavoring and coloring is mixing in pretty well. So I've added some fresh black pepper. I'm using the back of my spatula to kind of really mix everything in the pan and make sure that the flavor is really distributed evenly through the tofu. You don't want to see any white of the tofu coming through. And you can see this looks pretty much like scrambled eggs. You really just want to cook it and keep mixing it until all the color and flavoring is mixed through and the desired amount of liquid is absorbed in cooking. So this looks like a pretty good consistency to me, but you can cook yours as dry as you like. That's our easy plant-based scrambled eggs. These would be great in a breakfast burrito or served with some sauteed veggies, or really just along your toast or waffles or pancakes. It has a really nice flavor. Again, we're not really trying to make it eggs. It's going to be a little bit of its own thing, but it's a pretty good substitute.